Well, we're here. This is our last panel. We're here in the state of North Carolina. Thank you guys so much for having us. We've had an amazing time, and I guess this is just another Q&A, and maybe we also have some questions for them. Maybe, just maybe.
I think there may be some new folks in the audience, so maybe we'll introduce ourselves. My name is Katie Griffin, and I played Sailor Mars. Woo!
I'm Toby Proctor, and I was Tuxedo Mask.
I'm Linda Valentine, I was Sailor Moon. And I'm Susan Roman, and I was Sailor Jupiter.
And Champ Bear.
Sorry?
And Champ Bear.
And Champ Bear, thank you very much. And I'll pay you when I leave the room. Thank you. That little mention. And there are a couple more if you wanted to bring them up, but you know, we have time. So listen, how's everybody doing today? Are you a little tired?
Yes.
A little tired, but are you ready to ask some really fun questions and get some really interesting answers?
Let's go deep.
Should we go deep? How deep shall we go? Okay, so you know what? Does anybody? Let's just kick this off. Who's got the juiciest question in the world to ask the cast of Sailor Moon? Who's got it? I know someone's got it. Yes, Jarrell.
Tell me something. Did you ever find it odd that Serena was attracted to Darren, who was at the time, I think, a college student, and while she was still in junior high, middle school, was it?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that is a deep question, Jarrell. That is a deep, and I'm just going to pass it right over to the girl herself. Okay, first of all, girls always go for older guys. They go, oh, they think they're so hot. And it's more the question of why were you attracted to someone so much younger?
Whoa.
Well, Toby, what's your answer?
There you go.
Yep, I have a question. It might be a two-part question, but have you ever watched Sailor Moon yourself? And if you have you ever felt emotional at some certain points in the show? Because there were several emotional parts, especially the episode with Cinderella. I don't know, something like she fell asleep and she needed to be awoken by kids.
Well, you know, it's funny because we've said this before that when we were recording Sailor Moon, we didn't get any scripts at all. So we would just walk into a studio and they would throw the thing up and they'd say, okay, your first line is at 106, so let's dial it into 106, and then put it up there and it would say, ah! And you go, ah! And they say, okay, great. Your next line is at 245, and you'd be going, hey! And you wouldn't really know why you were saying, hey, but you would say, hey! And they go, great, okay. Your next one is at, next one's not till 26:42, and now you're in another conversation. So it was very strange. For me, I got to see a lot more of it because I had a lot more lines. But if you only had like 3 lines in the show, that's all you saw of that show. So looking back on the show now, and like getting to see a whole episode, it's like, oh, that's what was happening there. Oh, and of course it was also so long ago. So yes, there are some times that I'll see an episode and go, oh my God, that was so sad. Like when she's falling with Reedy, she's going, please, Reedy, please, you've got to live, you've got to live. And I was just like, oh, that's so sad. Live, Reedy, live. So yes, I would say I do sometimes get emotional watching it. You guys?
Yeah, I was, when we were looking for scenes we had a panel yesterday where we were bringing people up to play our roles. And I found this episode with Chad and Ray, and this was the episode Chad was leaving. That's the end. He thought that Ray was in love with Amara, which I thought was hilarious. But toward the end of the episode, I remember feeling really upset for this whole situation because, and plus they had that music. There was music going on that was going to get you. Every single time there's this sad music, and then you hear the little clicking of their feet trying to catch up. And it was just, yeah, I found it really emotional when I rewatched it. But again, as Linda said, during the episode, we would get emotional, but we had no real context to why we were. We just had snippets of our chaos. chaotic emotions.
Although I must say there was the odd time when I would be doing like a long pass, and of course we didn't know it was coming. We hadn't got our scripts, and I'd be sitting there voicing it, and then I'd forget to voice it because I was watching. I'd be like, I think, oh, Linda, that was your line. Oh, sorry. Can I just watch a little bit further?
I have a question. Usually everybody has like a con story or like for you guys, I guess back in the day, like sign autographs and most of it. My question is, what's the weirdest thing you've been asked to sign?
Chainsaw.
And what's the weirdest place somebody try to get an autograph? An example is I'm in a giant Marshall Mason, they sort of put you under your stall and you just slid back out again.
Of course.
Yes, so Fan Expo 2004 maybe, I had the opportunity to sign the breast area of a woman who wanted her breast.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. That's when you know you landed. No, it was very interesting. I didn't really know how to take it, so it was, because it's creepy, but it was, she wanted it, so all right, signed it, and it was very strange.
Normally Toby would just sign his name. Toby Proctor, Tuxedo Mask. Thanks for being a fan. Really liked you. Really liked having you as a
phone number
fan.
is blah, blah, blah.
Sorry, I'm running out of room. Do you mind?
You got me.
It is really sometimes a bit weird signing a body part, because I just always think, what's happening with this ink? Where is it going? Is it going into your bloodstream? You know, you kind of wonder about stuff like that. I mean, those Sharpies are like brutal. Have you ever smelled them? That's what happens a lot too, is that we're sitting there signing autographs and all of a sudden I'm thinking, where am I? Boy, I feel kind of spacey, and I realize it's been from inhaling the Sharpie. I mean, they really are powerful. There's a very strong toxic ink, I think. So it really sort of bothers me to write on somebody's body. But at Fan Expo, there was a gentleman who just raised his shirt and said, could you just sign my back? So we signed his back, and everybody at there were already 4,000 signatures on his back. I don't think he ever took a shower because he didn't want to lose his signatures. So, you know, then there's that. You gotta, you know, kind of, yeah.
My friend gets professional wrestler autographs on his body. One thing that his girlfriend do is right after they get tattooed in their body.
I was thinking that too.
So have you ever wondered about that? People do that.
So you're saying that they actually go ahead and get the signature tattooed on them?
Well, it's funny too, because when you do get tattoos, they use Sharpie. Some guys use guides to like they Sharpie guides on, and then tattoo over that. So that makes total sense.
So I should be spelling my name properly then.
Yes.
I'm writing a little bit neater is what you're saying. There is sometimes too that people will bring something, you know, like I had this ever since I was a little girl, and you know, they've kept it in immaculate condition. It'll be a Sailor Moon doll, and like, could you sign it? And you know, I'll be like, oh God, you know, like you had it wrong, I'm gonna ruin this thing. Are you sure you want my signature on it? So then I sign it, and then I'll put Sailor Man instead of Sailor Moon. It's like, signed it.
Tuxedo mask.
Tuxedo Moon. Yeah.